Hello, Tanja.
Hello, well.
Yes, how are you?
Ah, fine and you?
Good morning. You live in South Africa, but we have the same time.
We have the same time, can you believe it?
Yeah, it's now 10:30. It's also 10:30 in South Africa.
That's right, yes.
But you live now in the spring, eh?
We had spring, although I'm not so sure. It's really cold, and they said we can expect some snow. So I
Uh-huh.
don't know what's happening.
The reason that we invited you is your latest single and Too Tired. That's the reason that we
Yes.
invited you this morning.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes, very excited.
It's a beautiful song.
Thank you, Will. Yes. It's one that I released now during our final stages, hopefully, of lockdown here in South Africa. And also the third song that I released during lockdown for us here in South Africa. And the song was actually written before this whole pandemic broke out. So it didn't feel quite relevant for now, but I felt that finally I had to release the song. Too tired,
You
yes.
have on this moment for the listeners. You have also the great problems with Corona in South Africa.
Yes, yes. It does affect us, and we are in a good position in such a sense that we did not experience it as badly as most parts of the world.
Mm.
But I think it's because of the climate here in South Africa. We had more sunny days, our winter wasn't too cold, and we went into lockdown quite early in the course of events. So I think that helped tremendously.
Yeah,
But we still have some movement,
yeah.
if you can say. You know, people are still getting sick from the virus, and we should not let our guard down just yet.
Before we starting to talk with each other, I play another song for you. Waiting for you.
Okay, excellent choice. Thank you.
It's also a beautiful song.
Yes, also one that I released during lockdown.
Tell about for the listeners. Tell about a little bit more about the song "Too Tired."
Too Tired was written, you know, I think in a way this pandemic came at a terrible time, but it also came at the best possible time in as far as you can wish for a pandemic to break out. Nobody wants it, of course. But if it had to happen, it was probably a good time for it to happen. I think that everybody all over the planet needed some sort of rest.
Yeah,
And Too Tired was inspired by the fact that even I, as a musician, had to juggle four jobs. And we see that so many times now, people all over the world, they have more than one job. Sometimes they have a job to fund their career, even. And, you are just at that point where you're just too tired to even care about the basic things. And that's what the song was about. I also
yeah,
interpret it as a little bit of a love song, but it's really just back to that basics. It's just so you're just too tired, and that's why the song also stops mid sentence. I
yeah.
was too tired to even finish the song. That was a bit of a joke there at the end.
The text of this song, this writing by yourself.
I do. Well, I write my songs myself. I don't have a songwriter at this point of time, so I write, I compose, and I record the songs. I work with an amazing producer who helps me with the guitars and the bass. And there's a drummer that he works with, an associate of his. So we have a very good team that work together with the recording of the songs.
Hmm.
But the writing itself comes from me. Unfortunately, I don't have a songwriter to work with at this point. But yeah, we do what we have to do in order to
Yeah.
be creative and just get it out.
I saw on your website, music is the part of me. It's who I am.
That's right. Yes,
Is that
I
right?
don't think it is right. That's just who I am. Anybody who knows me knows that my world revolves around music, and you won't talk to me without having a conversation about music. It's been a part of me ever since I was born. I started playing piano before I could even write my name, and it's just something that's always been there. And I mean, for every emotion, you will always have music, and music is what carries you through. So it's just who I am, and it's what I do, and it's what I talk about, and it's what I speak, and what I breathe.
Yeah. I do you send greetings from a listener on this moment in Florida. Florida, America is. I do send the greetings for Hetty.
Oh, wonderful! Wow. Well, I also want to tell anyone that's listening right now to just stay strong and take it one day at a time. This 2020 has been a very tough year for everybody, and we have to just keep faith and keep moving forward.
Yes. For the listeners, you are born in Melkbosstrand. You can speak also South African language, but it's a little bit different, a little bit the same with
Yes.
in Dutch.
I understand Dutch when people talk slowly. I am born Afrikaans, I guess Afrikaans Meisje, and English is my second language. But English is also the universal language which we use to communicate all over the world.
Yeah.
And although music doesn't really need language, it's all emotions. But yes, I'm actually Afrikaans.
But when I said to you in Dutch, ik wens jou een goede morgen, that you understand me.
That means you wish me a good morning.
Yeah.
Jy sê vir my goeiemôre. We'll say goeiemôre. You say good morning.
But so beautiful that dialect, what you speak in South Africa.
Yes, yes. And then, of course, we have the different accents depending from which part of the country you are from.
Yeah.
And me being from Melkbosstrand, we have they say that we have an accent that's unique to the West Coast or the West Coast. And for instance, we'll use stronger accents on certain words than the rest of the country.
Yeah. I think I think you was born with music in your body. Because since you was 7 and you play on a keyboard.
Yes, yes. Like I said, yeah, it's just always been there. Um, and yeah, it's what you can do. You can sit on your own and just play on a piano or pick up a guitar and fiddle with it a little bit. You don't need to be entertained with by anything else. You can just I can get lost in music and play for hours.
Then we go to 2009. It was released your first CD and a video is in vain.
That's right. Yes. Um, that album was um, we did a combination of Afrikaans and English songs.
Hmm?
It was very pop rock type of genre. I was still young and experimenting with all different sounds and styles, and it was just a fun project to begin with. And oh, I was so shy. That music video, I was so shy, but it did quite well, and it's still rotating out there. It's still on YouTube. The song of the music video was called "Te Vergeef."
Nee.
I'm not even sure what the English word for that is,
But
but
then,
yeah.
yeah. But then you are starting with the career, and you do a lot of number one hits in South Africa.
Yes, yes. That's I think the advantage of being able to release singles in today's modern world,
Hmm.
where you can release digitally and submit one song to radio stations. One that is very good, and I think you also listened to it before, is called No Place Like Home. And also an Afrikaans one, Moordeson, also did very good. And I can't remember even the others, but yes, they do get some recognition for which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah. But now, on this moment, you cannot singing everywhere in South Africa. Is also is a blockade with the corona?
Well, as of now, since I think the 1st of October or just a week before that, we went into level 1
Hmm.
of lockdown. So we can start performing again. I had a busy weekend this last weekend. So we can play in restaurants, but our theaters still have a cap of 50% for audience members. We have a curfew, which is now at 12 o'clock in the evening. So if you are traveling, if you have to pack up after a show, that's still a bit of a tricky one. We have to make our shows a little bit earlier. And there's still the social distancing and that sort of thing. And of course, as with everywhere, some of the places closed down and some of them are still struggling to just keep their doors open and keep afloat. So there was tremendous budget cuts and all those obstacles. But we are managing, and at least we can perform again. And for myself, being an artist, as you see, music being such a part of me, it's like breathing. It's very important for us to get out there, and even if it's for a small audience,
Yeah.
just to be able to sing in front of real people and not on a screen and live streaming, but real people sitting there, it's an amazing feeling to be back in the business, even if it's slow and carefully, cautiously, and with curfews at hand.
I see the photo from your song "Too Tired," and you're sitting there and you look so tired.
Well, maybe that was meant to be.
It's a joke.
Thanks. Paul.
You have more plans for the rest of this year?
Absolutely, this year is not over yet. Although quite cautious with making plans because so much of them got cancelled earlier on. I am planning a little mini tour up country in South Africa. Although I couldn't go visit Ireland as intended and all those other plans fell through, we still have things happening. And right now, our local theatres need our help to stay open. And they ask that musicians and other artists get together and just do like a little bit of a fundraising event because the theatres couldn't operate, of course.
All right.
So they had no income. So if we can go do a show, even if we have 50% capacity, at least we can contribute in that way back to the theatre because they're always there for the artists and it's our turn to give back now. So I'm working on a few projects with other artists so that we can, in November and December, do a few shows and see if we can get the people to come and support our theatres.
Okay. Even for the listeners, they can find more information about your website, tanjastorm.com. South Africa.
.co.za, that's right, yes.
Yes. On the first place, I want to thank you for this conversation on this morning, on this beautiful Wednesday here in Spain. The sun was in this 27 degrees on this moment.
Wow. Okay, it's a lot warmer there for you than for me, but we have spring and it's same
Now,
time here in South Africa.
we have the fall here. Okay.
Your fall is warmer than our spring.
A last word from you to all the listeners, and I go start the song "Too Tired." A last word from you to all the listeners.
I just want to say thank you so much for listening and thank you for everybody's support. Please do not lose hope. 2020 has been a real challenge for everybody. Check in on your friends and take it one day at a time. And thank you for this conversation. I appreciate it.
I wish you a nice Wednesday until the next appointment. Thank you.
Until the next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.